Okay, in the last video, we discussed how to balance equations. In the video before that, we decided to show how to balance inside individual molecules. So to make the correct ratios. So if we put H's and O's together, so you have an H, which is +1, you have O's, which is -2, they cross, and you have H2O. So we're going to combine those really quick today, and we're going to show how to balance equations from word form. So one example they do is they're going to do sulfur plus ozone equals sulfur dioxide. So often on a test they'll actually show it in word form like this, and we want to not only write it into the correct letter form, like an equation form, we also want to have a balance. So sulfur, as we see here, so if we were to check, sulfur is right there, so he is -2. Now you're going to have S -2 plus ozone, which is O3, and that is going to equal sulfur dioxide. So in this case, we don't actually have to do much crossing. We have dioxide, so it's going to be oxide, which means it ends in O, and you have di, which is a prefix for 2. So 2. So think of like dice. So as you see here, this is the correct translation of sulfur plus ozone equals sulfur dioxide. However, it is not balanced. You know right away there's 3 O's here and there's 2 O's here. So you can multiply this side by 3. So now you have 6 O's. Multiply this by 2. Now you have 6 O's on both sides. However, now we change the S's. So there are 3 S's on this side, 1 S on this side. So you're going to multiply this by 3. Okay, so now this is balanced. Let's do another example. Erase this. Okay, in this scenario, we are going to do, it's a little longer, so I'll write a little smaller, calcium hydroxide plus carbon dioxide equals calcium carbonate plus water. So a couple of things here. I want to stress real quick that there's some polyatomic ions here that are now showing up. So the first one is hydroxide. That is an OH. And so basically, that's one you have to learn. If they don't, usually teachers give you like 12 to learn right away. If they don't, then this hydroxide is one that you kind of have to add on to that. So now we're going to do this weird cross thing again. So we have calcium. So calcium is right here. This is +2. So we have calcium, and we have hydroxide, which is OH minus. So with the minus, you have the +2. So when they do the cross, this 2 is going to go over here. So it actually looks like this. Calcium hydroxide, and there's 2 of them. Plus, then we have carbon dioxide. So whenever there's a prefix, you just do the element, and then the oxide, which is O, and the prefix, which means there's 2. Then you have calcium carbonate. So calcium, which again was, move over here. We have Ca, which is +2. We have carbonate, which is CO3 minus, and they're going to cross. Oh, just kidding, -2. So since they're both the same, you just kind of just don't write them. Because the only reason you actually write them is when they're like different ratios. And since the ratio is the same, you can just divide by 2 essentially. Plus water, which is H2O. Okay, so half the battle is done here. We have translated the word into the written form. However, now we are going to balance it, because right off the bat, there's going to be some differences here. Okay, so I'm going to move this up. We have calcium. we have oxygen, we have carbon, and we have hydrogen. Hydrogen I usually do last because it works itself out. So let's do oxygens. They're a little tricky. So on this side we have, to count the oxygens, 3 and 1. So we have 4 here. And over here we have 2 and 2. So we have 4. So oxygens are so far looking good, but we may have to change it. Let's do carbon. So on this side we have 1. On this side we have 1. So we have 1, 1. Okay. Nope. My bad. Calcium. We have 1 on each side. Last two hydrogen. So hopefully, if everything else balances, this looks good. But let's check. So we have 2 on the side, and we have 2 on the side. Okay, so it actually turned out to already be balanced. So that is the final equation. Alright, I hope you learned something today. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Thank you.